you don't smoke weed. I know this. But I'm gonna get you high today. Cause it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do.
Yo, it's your boy Big Ev, a.k.a. The Double Vodka Don. Here with my guy, my co-host, Young Wayne Jetski.
Shalom.
We got my guy, the producer of this MVP of this podcast, producer Colin Cooper on the ones and twos.
Yo.
We are 808s and Smoke Breaks. We're back. We got some shit to talk about.
We do have shit to talk about. We have some promises to hold up on both of our respective ends.
I paused there a second because I'm just flustered at what I just read. I just was doing some last minute research for my fact.
For those of you who didn't tune in last week or the week prior, 2 weeks ago I said I was going to break down the streaming system and how the whole album sales and streaming is equated, but I forgot because we were high when I said that, and I didn't do it last week, but I did do my research this week, so I have a breakdown of the streaming system for you guys. But Ev also has to break down a fact about artificial intelligence and or robots. We gave him that task last week, so I'm going to let him take the floor. He just did his last minute research and let us know what he found out.
Well, I feel like a kid who was just writing shit on his paper while his teacher's collecting the homework.
That's exactly what happened. 5 minutes before we had to start, we're like, you got that fact? And he was like, shit! Just like going through
just
Google.
This bitch, and I found something. I'm blown away by this, and this now has completely thrown off to me what artificial intelligence mean. Because when I think artificial intelligence, I'm just thinking
struggling with that name there.
Artificial intelligence.
Got it.
Gang. I'm just thinking some wild, outlandish, robotish, like CGI type shit.
Yeah.
And I've realized that now. I read this article. It says 9 powerful examples of artificial intelligence in use today.
Hit me with them.
They are 1, Siri.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, how, like, what? But the fact that it can detect your voice and just answer questions like that's artificial intelligence?
Yes, because it doesn't have a mind of its own. You're talking to, like, basically an algorithm that you ask it to find something, and it's on its own, it's able to search the internet. It's like not free thinking, but it's able to, like, calculate what you said and what you're looking for in real time and go pull it, like, basically on its own.
See, this is just changing.
Even though it's not technically doing it on its own because you told them to do it.
It's kind of like in Madden when you have a play and the announcers know what to respond to from that play. It's like all programmed already.
Yeah.
See, I just thought it was so much deeper than that. Because, like, the things on here, it's Siri, 2 is Tesla, which makes sense, obviously.
It's self-driving car, yeah.
That one to me, like, that's what I thought it was going to be. Then Cogito, which is, Cogito, originally co-founded by Dr. Sandy and Joshua, is one of the best examples of behavioral version to improve the intelligence of customer support representatives currently on the market. So it's like the company is a synthesis of machine learning and behavioral science to enhance customer collaboration for phone professionals.
So that's basically people who are like cold calling people, I guess, telling them who to call, I would imagine, based off of their search preferences. When, like, Google sells your information, it goes to this company, tells, and an algorithm targets who they should like call to sell, I don't know, like fucking movie tickets to.
So, like, artificial intelligence is basically the fuckery of, like, when you, like, look up something and then all of a sudden it's an ad on your Instagram.
That's part of it, yeah.
That's the algorithm, yeah? Is that where they're getting it? Because the crazy shit is when you say something out loud and then immediately it just pops up, like, on your. I don't go on Facebook really, but people tell me it happens on Facebook all the time. It happens to me on Instagram all the time.
A lot of people think that particular instance is like your phone listening in on you, which it could be, but some people have, like, debunked it and said, like, if you're talking about it, chances are you've probably looked it up or, like, Googled that topic or that item, whatever, in a recent amount of time, and your phone is just so good at predicting. It's so smart because your phone almost knows you better than you do. Like, it has all your search history, it has all the pictures you've ever liked, it has everything, every web page you ever opened, every, like, tweet you ever looked at, it knows how many seconds you've looked at a certain ad on Facebook for last week, and all that information is archived to, like, direct whatever advertisement should go to you or not.
You know what blew my mind with that kind of thing was with the iPhone was when I think it went viral maybe like 4-ish years ago when it went viral, basically the way that you could look up how your phone, like, it records, like, where you are, how much time you spend at certain places.
Yeah, we have a GPS tracker
and
on
it
us
literally
at all
knows
times.
your home, your work, like your best friend's house. Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
And, like, that that really blew my mind.
And
that
that's
was
artificial intelligence.
That's what I'm saying. That was the one thing, like, when I saw that and when I clicked on it, it literally was like, oh, like, because then you wake up in the morning, like, when I used to work, when I had, like, a real job, when I was, like, home for, like, the summers in, like, college, I would literally wake up at, like, 7:30 or whatever, like, 6, and then leave at, like, 7:30, and then, like, literally your phone, you go to get in your car, and your phone just pops up, like, 18 minutes to work. And you're just like, holy fuck.
Even mine now, when I wake up in the morning, it's like, do you want to launch the weather for your area right now? Because it knows like exactly when I wake up and everything.
Artificial intelligence, a lot of people just think it's like iRobot, people coming,
that's what I think.
Robots coming to attack the world, but it's like very much ingrained in our life now. So did this fact or this article you just researched change your mind about artificial intelligence?
Well, yeah, because here, let me finish the rest, because they're very just mainstream things. Like, then it's Netflix, Pandora, Nest, which is, I guess, like it's a part of Google. BoxEver, I don't know what that is. BoxEver is a company that heavily relies on machine learning to enhance the customer experience. It's all customer experience shit.
It's all crowdsourcing your
in the travel industry, and conveys micro moments or experiences that can please customers.
Yeah.
Then literally 8 is flying drones, and then 9 is Echo, the Amazon shit. Isn't Echo kind of like an Alexa, or am I bugging?
I don't really know what Echo is. Maybe it's...
Yeah, they're both like the same.
It says Echo was launched by Amazon, which is getting smart, adding new features. It is a revolutionary product that can help you to search the web for information, schedule appointments, shop, control lights, switches, thermostats, answer questions, read books, traffic and weather.
Music.
Yeah, Alexa's just for your music. I guess Echo, you hook up to like your refrigerator, you hook up to your appliances.
Yeah, it says give info on local businesses, provide sports scores, schedules, and more using the Alexa voice service.
So last week you were kind of a little scared. It seemed like you were scared by artificial intelligence. Now, because you realize you use it a little more than you would think in your life, are you open to AI?
Well, yeah, because I just didn't realize that it was like an actual, like, I didn't realize that they were like that. Well, I mean, like Siri and all this shit was actual artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
When I think AI, I just think of shit that's so like over my head. I just like literally what you said. I think of iRobots coming to like take over the world and like butt fuck us. I didn't think that it was literally like that, just normal shit like this, like crowdsourcing shit.
Yeah, it's something that happens every day. It's used like every day in aspects you wouldn't realize. And every time we fucking Google something, we're feeding into some type of targeted ads that may or may not be running off an artificial intelligent algorithm.
Because then another thing I read, it showed like it had a robot who they said they put up against the two like best. This was before like the James dude, but two of the best like Jeopardy players of all time. And the robot like smoked them. But to me, like that was weird to me because like I feel like that's obvious. Because like to me, it's like a robot. Like it's like you're asking a fucking computer. Like obviously the computer.
Like you know what's programmed.
Like obviously that's what I'm saying. It's just programmed into it. Like it's a person. He has to like generally like think or remember it.
It'd be more impressive if like a robot climbed the aggro crag in Guts. Was that what it was? Guts back in the day on Nickelodeon. Remember that show? And they had to climb the aggro crag, the big mountain.
No, you're thinking of Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Maybe that's what it was. Whatever one you had to fucking climb the aggro crag. I was having a lot of difficulty saying that word, aggro crag.
Oh, no, the mountain where the shit falls down on you?
The aggro crag.
Yeah. No, those are two different things. I think
that's
is
Guts.
Yeah, it is Guts.
Okay. Well,
where the green slime?
Guts, no.
No, that's Slime Time Live.
That's Slime Time Live. But I think Guts, you might have got Slime too.
I think it was all like
Nickelodeon
branded into
Nickelodeon in like the early 2000s.
Dude, kids shows really went downhill.
Green slime just hit different in like 2004.
It really did, bro. I wanted to like. It looked appetizing too. I wanted to drink that shit.
Dude, I wanted to be smothered in green slime when I was 9 years old. Like I wanted to just be doused in it. Like I wanted to be on a stage with like 30,000 like 11-year-olds and even younger, like 9-year-olds.
I was so mad when I went to Universal when I was like 5 that I couldn't get slimed. It was like that. It wasn't a thing that you just walk into Universal and get blasted with slime. I thought that was what was going to happen, but I didn't. And I was so upset.
That's when you're just walking around. You're just like you're peeking around. You're just waiting. Like when's this dude gonna come out and just drop a bucket of slime? On my
drop
face?
A fucking green nut on me.
Yeah, and I'll just fucking
Reptar
love it. I'll be
jizz.
like, oh my god, I got slimed.
Maybe
covered in green boogers and
maybe
shit.
The reason that there are so many more cam girls and like private snaps is because girls were just so conditioned to take facials because of Slime Time Live that they don't have any problem just getting a fucking load to their face on their Snapchat.
Maybe we've just like Nickelodeon has just
uncovered.
Like,
just uncovered a conspiracy
something. I think
for why
like,
there's so much
they
porn
were setting
now.
this up so then all these girls would grow up and just want cum on their face,
and then they became private Snapchat porn stars.
Yeah, but then on private Snapchats, then they're not getting cum on their face.
If you follow the right ones, they are.
That's fair, I guess. See, I don't. Well, I mean, what do you pay? You pay for premium porn?
No, I don't pay for it. I just know which ones to look up on Pornhub because they all get their shit ripped down anyway and gets posted on Pornhub. And these girls just like fuck dudes on their fucking Snapchat and they get nutted on in their face. But
that's crazy.
They're willing parties.
Oh, I forgot. Didn't we talk about this? Where we said like, would you be alright with like your girl just being like a premium Snap girl?
If I'm the one who gets the fucker, yeah. As long as she doesn't show face.
I don't know. I just feel like
no face girl. I think we're talking about no face girl making racks.
I think we talk about. There's just no way to do it. I feel like without seeing her face.
No face girl, the porn star on fucking Pornhub. She's so hot. Has the fattest ass. She just fucks her boyfriend, reverse cowgirl or any position. Just doesn't show her face at all. That's her thing.
I don't know if I'm. Maybe
she leaned into it. So it can't really be no face guy.
Maybe I'm weird for this, too. But I feel like the face like would throw me off. Like having no face. Am I weird for saying that?
I've watched so much amateur porn that's like in the back of someone's fucking van. And then
amateur porn is
fucking
lit.
some girl after the bar. Like, yeah, amateur porn doesn't always show the girl's face, so I'm fine with it. I'd actually prefer it. It's less personal. It makes me feel like it's a little dirtier.
I know, weird. I want to just look him in the eye.
Lower production value. The lower the production value, the faster I nut, pretty much.
Yeah,
I can get behind that.
Yeah, right.
I agree with that.
It feels like you shouldn't be doing it. It's like, oh, this girl doesn't know that this guy uploaded it.
But it's also just more raw too. Like it's just more like real.
Yeah, more. If you're fucking someone in the back of your fucking truck after you see him at the shortstop inn, you're not going to be wearing a condom either. So it is more raw in that sense as well. In the literal sense.
Yeah, love that. Like they just go to like a park and like pull over and just like he's just getting his dick
raw
sucked
dog
like,
and
like
some
on,
random
on the
street
grass.
whore. Hate to see it, but love to see it at the same time.
Love to see it.
All right, well, we kind of divulged a little bit into the nether
This
regions.
is just 808s. This is like a very like initial 808s and smoke breaks episode.
But we just started talking about
just
porn.
Talking about just jerking off and just.
All right, so we're gonna veer off from that.
We'll get into the music.
Yeah, because I had a mission also. I had to break down how the streaming industry, how the music industry deals with streaming, how basically they count album sales based off of streams, because that's something.
I want to. So the thing I was gonna guess, correct?
Yeah, you were gonna guess
guess
what happened. So let me introduce it a little bit first. So like everyone obviously who's been paying attention to music the last 10 years or so knows like record sales, traditional record sales, people buying CDs kind of went by the wayside when iPods, all that shit became invented. iTunes took over, but record sales as a whole started dipping when like iTunes first started and CDs were going out of fashion, but then like mixtape hosting sites were created, like DatPiff or just torrents where you could just download a mixtape. Then you're not going to buy it on iTunes when you can just fucking download it for free from some Russian web server. I kind of fucked with the music industry in terms of sales. Record deals weren't getting thrown out as much, not as high numbers for like advances for albums and shit. And then in 2016. This also helped the whole SoundCloud wave because like people weren't able to monetize streams, so like tours and like live shows were bigger. And if you had a song that cracked off on SoundCloud, even though you weren't monetizing the song, you could build a big fan base. Now in 2016, Billboard and Nielsen, which is basically like a metric company for record sales, came to they had a meeting and they came to a conclusion how they were going to figure out how to calculate streams for money but more importantly for like album sales to, I guess, equate out the money. So things like Spotify and Apple Music were already around, but they weren't making as much money and they didn't really have the metric known. So what I'm going to ask you first, they came up with backtrack a little bit. They came up with a like equivalency for streams and then an album sale. So they came up with X amount of streams equals one album sale. So I want you to guess what the initial thing they came up with was for streams.
I'm gonna
to
say
album sales.
like. So it'd be like, so it's a number. Like
it's a number.
Like
so
a number of
this isn't the number, and this number is ridiculously high. So 1 million streams equals one album sale.
I'm gonna
something
say.
Like that.
I'm gonna say.
Obviously, that's not the number because that's.
So it's streams, as in like just listening to the song one time is one stream.
So it can be a single song on the album can get streamed X amount of times. And it'll equate to a full album sale.
Okay, so it can be either or. Like
yes,
you can either listen to one song like 20 times,
or the whole album streamed X amount of
like
times.
One song, like the whole song or the whole album, like one time. Like
yes,
I'm gonna say. I feel like I can't imagine they're gonna consider just listening to each song once as like a full sale.
No, it's X amount of streams.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like I don't like I'm kind of talking out loud. I'm working through my guess. I'm saying that I don't think. Say a song has 15, or say an album has 15 songs on it. I don't believe listening to either like listening to each song once or let's say listen to one song 15 times, I feel like that can't possibly equate to one sale. I'm gonna say 50 streams is one album sale.
You're high. The initial album they got to was a 150 streams of the full album was one download.
So I was low. You mean?
You said 50.
Yes, you say 150.
Oh, yeah, I guess you were low. Okay, my bad. I should have said it's much higher is what I meant to say.
Threw me off because you said high. I was like, oh, I thought you were going to say like 30 or like 20. And then you said 150, and I was like, oh, fuck.
So I actually said that wrong. So for a single song, 150 streams is equivalent to one download. Just for the song. But for an album, 1,500 plays on any song on the album is equivalent to one
album sale.
Damn,
that's a lot.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, even, like, you might bump some shit that much, but
that's how they equate album sales. They don't go by, like, if you listen to the album all the way through. They just go by total streams of the album, any song off of the album.
So it's 1,500 for one album?
1,500 streams equals one album sale.
That's, like, I feel like
it has to be like that, though, because
I get it, because
in order to make
an insane
equate
amount
the
of money.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was gonna be 100,000.
Really?
Streams was an album sale.
For an album
that was
sale?
gonna be my guess. Yeah.
So that was the initial one.
Because I could listen to fucking Panini a million fucking times. Just have that on repeat. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then that's wasting, I guess, the time. I don't. How often are people gonna be doing that? I mean, there's also click farms. They have ways of figuring out if people are doing that.
Well, I don't mean on repeat, but I'm saying like I probably listen to Panini at least once a day. I love that song.
You're a true stan.
Yeah, you are.
But I'm not even throwing out that as a stan. I'm just saying there's tons of songs in general that I listen to probably at least once a day. Maybe not more.
Oh, no,
even
for
more.
sure. Because, see, my thing is I'm very, like, spotty. Like, when new shit comes out, I'll go through, like, patterns of listening to the same shit, and then I kind of transition. Where I'll always kind of circle back on shit. I'm a big Apple Music, like, that's the Tuesday playlist guy. Like, they give you the My playlist, which is very good. That's fucking AI in a way, right? Because they literally make a playlist for you.
Yes, that's AI.
Of like songs that you like, and it's literally always good. I've never had one every single Tuesday. It's always like 25 songs that I'm like, yo, these are all fire. And a lot of them are songs you haven't listened to in a while, and they just know. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's another form of AI. But they took the same model, the 1,500 plays equal one purchase, and then they kind of tweaked it because once they started having two different forms of streaming services. Like they had the ones where you have ads where you listen for free, and the regular subscription, they had to change it. So now the way it's implemented on like the paid subscription version of Apple Music, or you have to pay for Apple Music, but the paid version of Spotify, one unit sold is 1,250 streams, and then on the free version, the ad-supported version, 3,750 streams is one album unit sold. So you obviously get more bang for your buck if people are listening to it on the paid subscription service versus the ad-supported streams. But because once this happened, once people figured out how to I guess come up with this metric, it's very impressive these guys that came up with this system to just make so much money for everybody, mainly the labels. But so in 2018, total streams of music in general went up 42%, and there was 534.6 billion total streams of songs in the United States. And in 2017, the year prior, it was only at 376.9 billion streams. So then total album sales also went up 16.2%, and there was 701 million albums sold across all music in the United States in 2018. And then, but traditional album sales, so people actually buying an album, whether it be in store or just buying on iTunes, went down 20%, 18.2%, essentially.
I mean, that's gonna keep just plummeting.
Yeah.
But so when you said the 150 equals a download,
yeah,
what exactly is a download? Is that one song?
The way they worded it in the articles that I found, they said, so the new system equated 150 streams of a singular track to one download. So that would be like buying a single.
Essentially.
Okay.
So if a
that's what I
single
thought.
is
That's what I
streamed
thall.
150 times, that counts as a
Like
single
you
purchase.
downloaded the single.
Like you bought the 99-cent single on iTunes.
Okay.
So
And that makes sense because an album is
that's
usually
what-
$10. That's why it would be 1,500 streams for one album purchase, and then a 150
See,
for
that's
one song
more what I
purchase.
was thinking when I said 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Damn, I wish I got to guess the album one. I probably would have said it was 1,500 for an album.
Yeah.
I probably would have been. See, now I probably would have been low. I probably still would have said. I probably would have said 1,000 or something.
Impressive nonetheless, though.
It's not bad. Like it is a lot, but it's just different than like the actual, like, obviously just the way it used to be when music was making ridiculous amounts of money.
It's gonna start picking up again, though. Like
No,
it
I
already
think so,
is.
too.
It's so much more lucrative than it was in like 2010. But like back in the day when like the fucking Rolling Stones were selling 1 million copies in a week, and their record label splits were like the label only got like 15%, and they kept all like a lot of the money.
That didn't happen anymore.
That's not happening anymore.
That shit's crazy.
I mean, I think the last time it was big was when Lil Wayne sold 1 million in 1 week. I think that was the last time when people actually really went out and bought like copies of CDs. The Carter 3.
Probably,
yeah.
yeah.
Honestly, even though it was getting over, I feel like I would imagine the Carter 4 probably still did a lot too.
Want to hear something crazy though? So Young Thug went.
I know his album
was
I looked it up.
He was 150.
His first #1 album by like a big margin.
Yeah, and he was the second to him.
His first like he blew out his like second most sold album. Like he like doubled it.
Beautiful Dogger
Was
Girls
either
was
2 or 3.
was
I think
2,
it was
I
2
believe.
after.
This was #1 with 150,000 units sold in the first week.
That's huge. That's a
And
huge number too.
So
That's
number
a
2
big
to
number.
him was Lionel Richie. So like Nicole Richie's dad. So like I guess you would say he's like I don't know if you would call him like a R&B legend. He's just like a smooth singer. But he was second with 67,000 units sold, and for Lionel Richie, 67,355 total units he sold, and 67,256,000 were sold like actual full copies, like people actually buying the full album, not streaming. Just shows you the disparity in how like people consume music. Because like Young Thugs, I don't know, that he probably sold like fucking maybe 1,000 regular albums, and everything else was streaming. Lionel Richie, who's probably a bunch of 40-year-old, 50-year-olds, don't really know how streaming works. They're gonna buy the actual song on iTunes.
I mean, just fucking. At least we called it though with Thug.
Yeah, we did call his
that
#1.
It did crazy numbers like that.
I just think it's cool how it breaks down like that. It was something that kind of puzzled my mind. I didn't realize how if it was they had to play every single song for it to be an album sale, or every single song on the album. It's cool how they can just take as long as someone listens to like one song, like kind of like how Colin said Panini. Like say Colin never listened to Lil Nas X's full album, but he's listened to Panini fucking 1,500 times. He's equated one album sale to Lil Nas X.
Yeah,
I think that's fair, because a lot, especially now, the way we consume music, not everyone listens to full albums. They just pick the song.
I mean that's kind of what really like people now. I think more and more like, because I've noticed I feel like a lot more people are kind of how I said I just was, where you kind of almost have like groups of songs that you just like keep like just blast on repeat, and then you kind of just like change like week to week.
Yeah.
I mean, good for us being in educational.
That was the most
informative.
educational thing we've done. Did I just say educational? As I'm trying to like say, like pat ourselves on the back for being smart, I just fucking talk like I had a bowl of dicks in my mouth.
Well, not even for being smart, just for enlightening the people.
This was our most
On the music
educated
industry.
podcast segment we've ever had.
Well, it started with some crazy porn talk, so we made up for
But
it.
this is
But
at
yeah,
808s
we all
and Smoke
circle
Breaks.
back.
This is what you get. Like you're gonna get a little bit of everything. Like
We put on professor caps and we kind of went to school.
yeah, I just learned a lot.
I got a glimpse into what you were like as a student.
do you
Definitely
mean?
like doing your homework at lunch or 5 minutes before.
Yeah.
it was
Oh,
due.
I
yeah.
really feel like I just saw 2 presentations.
Yeah.
And Jetski's passing, and Ev is he's getting a
No, but
C.
see,
You
but you
definitely
passed,
got a
though.
C.
But
You
I
passed.
passed.
You
Getting a
passed.
C.
You're just
But I
not. You just
passed.
weren't an honor. You're just not an honor student. Like,
No,
hey,
fuck that, bro.
honors
fuck being
kid.
an honor student.
Fucking dumb kid over here.
Yeah, but I'm just chilling though, smoking weed, and I just beat you up.
I smoke, dude. I didn't get beat up in high school. I was cool and I
I
was
would
in
have beat
honors.
you up.
I was a cool nerd.
Were you actually a nerd?
Nah, I was
What
just
were your
smart.
grades like in high school?
Very good.
Were they actually really good?
Yeah, I had weighted. I had like a 96 average,
What?
and I got like a 1,200 on my SATs. Not anything like great. I had 2-part, so like 19 something 3-part.
Damn.
Yeah, I was smart, dog.
Damn.
I was also really good at cheating in school.
I was the best cheater.
Apparently,
I was.
what were your grades? Because we'll decide if you're a good cheater.
I was the kid.
I mean, you went to a good college, so you couldn't have been an idiot.
Yeah, I was the kid where, growing up, I knew I was smart enough that I could get away with doing like absolutely nothing and still just get like a B.
Yeah.
So that's where I was at.
Oh, that's
and
respectable.
I was so content with that. Like
Yep.
I was like, yo,
Mom
I'm
and
not-
dad are happy.
I don't need to try. Like I'll just do this. I'll cheat. I'll get like the A, and every now and then when like I meet someone smart or I know someone smart and they like in my class and they just give me their whole fucking test.
How great was that? Like when you had like I don't know, you had social studies like fucking, you had it 7th period, but your boy had it 2nd, and they took the test 2nd period, and you meet him at lunch, like, yo, what was in the test? Tell me right now.
But see,
and they get pissed because they're like, fuck, I got bodied by this test, but I gotta help him, and then he gets like a 75 and you get like a 90.
See, my thing is,
I
I did that too, but I was more I will go on record. I am the GOAT Scantron cheater.
How so?
I have such an eagle eye for just reading someone's Scantron, even from like long distances. Like I had such
good eyesight. Eat a lot of
such a system of like, when you see the key to it is you have to look at the person that's one up from you and one to the side. That is the elite angle that you can see, so you can still look down, so the teacher doesn't see.
It got to be a righty though.
Well, no,
it
can be not.
It
No, it can be both. No, it can be both because usually you see obviously I get what you're saying with the righty, because then the Scantron is on the right side, which is where you want it.
But then again, if they're on your right side, you would want them to be a lefty. So
it works. I'm telling you, it would work either way.
Whatever side you're looking to, you want their handiness to be the opposite.
Exactly. But on the right, it's good though, just because like obviously they can block it, but usually they're not like losers that are like covering their paper with the arm. It's just kind of like they're filling it in and then leaving the Scantron on the side looking at their test. Mm-hmm. So all you have to do is you just see that first answer and you just see like what bubble is circled in, and then you can kind of just look down and see like, all right,
you follow the snake.
You can just follow like, oh, like it's 1 to the right, so it's D, like it's 2 to the left.
So you don't got to see what every single bubble actually is. You just have to follow the pattern.
That's what I'm saying.
Make sure you're following almost like a trace. It's like a trace without
That's
tracing.
what I'm saying. And like when you just get in a groove, like so there was this girl I was good friends with who was like super smart in like in high school, like in like it was actually in social studies, and I used to just not do anything, and I would just copy every exam from her the entire year.
Did she know? Was she aware?
Yeah, and she would get, but she wasn't like, she wouldn't like leave it out for me, but just kind of how it was, like it just started, and then I would just tell her, and she'd just let me.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing is, like, it was so funny. I would like see it, and then I would look at the answers, and she was an A student, like she always would get like a 90 or above on it. And there'd be times when I would see that she would get one wrong, and I would like change it. Like I would just know, like just happen to know that right answer.
Yeah.
And then she would get mad because then she gets like a 92, and I somehow got a 96.
Yeah, with those, because I used to do the same thing too. You always had to throw like at least 1 or 2 that were purposely wrong.
Because no, see me, no.
How'd you get this?
But see me, no, I was greedy. If you got 100, I'll get 100.
What would you do if they were short answer that you didn't know though? Would you try to like cheat and like see what they're writing, or if you're gonna break a short answer, you're just gonna break a short answer?
I'm glad you asked. I'm a phenomenal bullshitter.
You are. I know.
I'm a
knowing
phenomenal
you for the past year and a half,
bullshitter.
I would say so as well.
I am fantastic at getting away with thinking I know things that I don't. Because if you know me well, you know I don't know anything.
And it's a lot of like, you have to restate the question, so you have at least have 2 lines of writing. You restate the question, and you say, well, I personally, I would think, and you give an opinion. Maybe you refute your own opinion and then say another.
Basically, what you do is
obscure fact.
Especially this like social studies, when they have stuff like this, and just other like English, even anything. There's always key like terms, phrases, things that you went over in class that you know your teacher is a hard on for.
And as long as you reference them.
That you know is such a big part of the segment, and then you just regurgitate the fuck out of your takes.
Like if you're talking about the French Revolution and like you talk about from 3 units back or 3 like sections back in the book, you bring up the Boston Tea Party, like similar to the French Revolution, the Patriots back in the American Revolution.
Just reference the shit out of it.
Use the Boston Tea Party as a sign to the British government that they weren't happy with their tax reform.
Or you in history when they talk about like nomads, you just like keep going back to like the nomadic tendencies, like they did this.
Oh yeah,
they were
hunter gatherers, cave drawings,
hunter and gatherers, like just doing all this
Mesopotamian river is where life was first found.
Boom.
Yeah, Euphrates, boom. Nile River.
And then usually, even though they detect that you're giving them bullshit, you give a decent enough answer that they're not going to give you a 0 for it.
Yeah, because you're using hotkeys, hot words.
That's exactly. You just whatever gets them a fucking hard on. You hammer it.
Basically, all you have to do in order to not fail a social studies test is at some point, even if it makes no sense, reference something from a past chapter. And if you short answer, always go back to if it's American history, always go back to like a Native American fact.
You want another hot tip for our young listeners? Use the prior questions on the test or further questions.
Yes,
because those will help you answer short answers.
That was always the best.
Like those, like I'm telling you, there will be a couple of those.
And 10 had the answer inside.
Or it will give you, or you can use a question that has some information, and it will give you enough bullshit to get through the answer.
I kind of missed that. I missed like bullshitting my way through a test.
I did it all through college,
and me too. And walking out, and
I don't know
I
anything.
finessed that shit. Not even know shit.
I don't know anything. I was taking I said I was taking college algebra when I was 23, my last semester of college.
Jesus.
It was the class I needed to graduate. I literally didn't even show up the first day of class. I was like, I had a kid who I was friends with who was a math major, and I just paid him to do all my homework.
It's good.
He would help me.
How much a pop for each like homework?
Like 10, and they were worth
Not
like
bad.
a lot.
Not bad. I used to write kids papers for like.
They were like once every like week or two, and it was because some of them would be a lot of work, and he
Yeah.
would still do it for 10 every time.
I would do like $10 a page for papers, and I was making a decent amount of like a nice little bit of side cash, like weed, alcohol money in college, and then I just totally bricked one kid's essay and got a fucking D.
Oh,
And
that's
then he like ruined my reputation, and I was like, dude, I'm sorry, I just wrote it last minute in the morning, and he was like, it's all right, can you give me the money back? And I had to give him the money back actually, because I promised like nothing below C.
All right. Well, hey, whatever it takes to get it done. Should we talk some VMA talk now?
yeah. I guess about how we must be 2 fucking hours
We're
into the
like
podcast
40
now.
minutes deep. But hey, it wasn't like
36.
we were,
36
like,
minutes,
it
and now we're
wasn't like
talking
we
music.
were going off on crazy tangents though. We'll hit the VMAs real quick. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying?
mean, speaking of Colin Cooper saying Panini, Lil Nas X performed Panini at the VMAs this week.
He also won Song of the Year for Old Town Road.
Yep. I
Which-
mean, that's deserving.
Deserving. It did take over the year for the greater part of the year. We've talked endlessly about the song, so maybe we don't need to talk too much about that.
I want to talk about the
performance.
performance. I'm gonna come out and say it.
Not great.
I was gonna say it's trash. I'm just being real.
You'd give it a trash.
And I love. I've been very firm. I love Lil Nas X, but I'm unbiased. That was not a good performance at all.
Did you hate the dance moves, or you hated like the pre-recorded, like, the fact that he was lip syncing it's what sounded like a live recording from the dressing room to make it seem like it wasn't a lip sync?
I hated everything. The moves were bad. The recording of the vocals were bad. Like the lip syncing was, like, not him lip syncing was bad. I just thought the principle of like lip syncing, just the way it was like done, like you said, like pre-recorded vocals, not like the actual like song.
Yeah, if he just like lip synced to the actual track and had crazier dance moves, like was brought up on like a fucking forklift or something, it would have been cool. But his dance moves were not good or cool enough in order for him to be lip syncing. In my opinion.
Also think that 100%, and also this may not even be his fault. This is, I think, maybe the choreographer, unless he just like couldn't handle the moves. But I just think they didn't like the way the moves like synced with the lyrics was awful. Like we were talking about the one when he kind of after
He's like bending over, almost look like he's doing
like
a row.
But it's the one when he's like after the Panini, like after it gets through all that, and then it gets to like the like stand
The bridge.
me what you like that whole thing. Like he started doing these like crazy like dance moves, and I was like, yo, like that's more of like a vibey, flowy like type sound. Like why are you doing these like crazy like up and like
look like he
fucking-
was doing bent over rows.
That's what I'm saying, like doing like these insane like fast movement like high energy dance moves with a very like slow like methodical like vibey type like vibe. Like I just don't get it just didn't make sense to me.
I don't know.
I almost feel like he was set up to fail.
I think
But
that-
I also think it's tough because I just don't think he doesn't have like the natural voice to like not lip sync. Like I think he kind of has to lip sync.
just get a fucking auto-tune mic. Travis Scott does it. It sounds fire.
I agree. Like
he went too much for a pop star route. He wanted to be a male Britney Spears.
That's kind of like what he's. That's like what he. Not obviously not like Britney Spears, but that's like kind of what he set himself up to be. Like I've said numerous times.
But he doesn't have the
He's
moves
not a
for
rapper.
that.
I agree. He's not like a great dancer. He's not a rapper. He's become such like a pop star that obviously that's what they want from him, and I get that. That's what the labels want, because pop is just like it's the biggest genre. Like
Well,
it just
he needs his dance moves to really improve, or his choreography to improve. And it sucked that his suit malfunctioned. He was wearing like basically a Tron suit that had fluorescent lights on it, but everyone else, all the background dancers' suits lit up, and his didn't because apparently it was smoking. But I don't know. It was disappointing to me, at least, because I was hoping he would just sing the actual fucking song. Like, I mean, if he had used an auto-tune mic, I think it would have sounded a little fire, or just had a backing track. I wish he went less poppy and
But I also
and
think
sung it a little bit more.
I also think he's so like young and like new to the game, and like not saying he's not talented, but like I just don't think he had like he's not fucking Chris Brown. Like he can't like I think it would have been.
Then don't do that performance.
Like no, that's what I'm saying. Like he shouldn't be doing shit like that. Like it's just not him.
I don't know what him is. I don't even know if he knows what him is.
It may be
on
his
stage.
music. Like I think his music fit that kind of performance, but he is like a person does not.
Our boy looks awkward on stage. He looks like a kid who blew up making memes.
Well,
That-
I think like the intro was him. Completely like trolling himself, me like
Oh,
it's a
yeah,
year
the-
20
yeah.
like that, but then yeah, I agree.
I didn't even
Once you
fuck
go
with
in-
that. I thought that was corny.
But
I
like
thought
that's
that was not
but
funny.
that you can
But
see it's
that's him.
dude.
I agree with Colin. Like I didn't hate that. It was more just he's not suited to do a type of performance like they tried to make him do. Like it's tough because that's such an opportunity to perform like that at the VMAs. It's like crazy to think about saying no to that. But at the same time, if you're gonna be like that underwhelming, it's like a slope of like, what do you want to like? What's the lesser of the evil? Do you want to like take the opportunity? Maybe some people will like it. Maybe like some people won't. Or do you want to just say like no because you just know like it's not gonna work? I just think they should have did something with him that was simpler, that was like better. Like I think he shouldn't have done this crazy array. Like he did some shit like fucking J-Lo would do, like Beyonce. Like that was the type of like almost like vibe they went with him, and that's not him. Like he's not an amazing dancer.
They should have put him
And
in a
that's-
sandwich shop or something.
But that's and also like he doesn't have the vocal talent to sing and dance at the same time. Like I think him trying to actually sing while doing those dance moves would have been impossible for him. And I think
a
that's
little auto-tune mic. I don't think it's that hard for him. I think that's where they brick.
I think with those
keep saying
no,
brick
I
in this podcast.
agree. I think with
Apologize,
those
that was the
dance
fourth
moves, it would have been impossible for him to do that though. I think
Yeah.
he would have had a really hard time.
It's because he's not a dancer like that he's so focused on the dancing for that
Exactly.
performance that
So he
the
couldn't
vocals
sing.
and everything are just
That's my
ignored.
whole point. He's not a dancer, so for him to do this like insane like choreographed dance, how is he gonna like sing over that when we're already saying he probably lacks in like the live vocals? Like he's not like he's not like this. He's not gonna knock your socks off with like he's not gonna blow you away with his natural like voice.
I don't know. I hope they go back to the drawing board. Columbia Records go back to the drawing board and figure out what we're doing for Lil Nas X's live performance.
Get it right.
But-
Figure it out.
So one person who stole the show, Lizzo.
Boom. Crushed it.
Lizzo fucking killed it. Big beautiful black BBW.
Love her.
I wasn't.
She's the unit queen.
She is the unit queen.
I so badly.
Have you DM'd her?
Yeah, I want to do diving board content with her. I want us to jump off a diving board together.
That would be electric.
Electric.
Would you smash Lizzo?
Yeah, why not?
Like we were discussing before when we were watching her performance.
I've been vocal. Like, I'm fat. Like, I can get away with fucking fat bitches.
Yeah.
It's just what it is.
And I think she's very confident in her body, much like you. How she's confident. She's a big.
We're on the
you're
same
a big,
wave.
beautiful man. She's a big,
We're
beautiful,
on the
curvy
same
woman.
wave. Come on, baby girl. Let's have some fat, hot sex.
Some fat sex. Oh, fat hot sex just reminds me of like a sauna stuffed to the gills with like sumo wrestlers.
Yeah, let's just lay in bed and just fucking roll around and sweat on top of each other and make sweet hot love.
I'd watch that on Twitch.
Yeah, fucking A.
She performed in front of a giant ass, and it was a very sexual performance. And a lot of times, like you think of bigger artists, like physically bigger artists, like female artists. Like I wouldn't necessarily say Missy, but like Adele. Adele, her music's different, but like she's very just like stands there still. Lizzo is a big girl who works that shit.
Yep.
And she's curvy. We were saying like she kind of still has like she's a big girl, but she has curves and like she was bending over twerking. She kind of got me going a little bit.
There we go.
I'd
love
smash
that.
Lizzo for the culture, 100%.
But see, Lizzo is so like.
She'd probably be laughing. She'd be like, "No, white boy, your dick too little, but you cute."
Yeah.
Like, and I'd be okay with it.
Yo, she is just like, it was somebody, I said this before the show, like Dave saw me walking by radio when they were talking about it, and he called me on and he was like, did you watch the VMAs? I said no. And he said like he had never seen Lizzo. And then, which I said, I didn't watch the VMAs, but I saw her performance on Twitter, which was probably the most one of the more electric performances I've ever seen, from just her coming out in the trench coat, 100% that bitch, to all of a sudden, like mid-song, she's just ripping the trench coat off in her little get-up in that yellow tight with the full thighs hanging out.
And she has a group of other big girls
Yup,
twerking
just
with her.
getting it with the fucking yellow Tims on, just preaching positivity and just love and just like loving yourself and being real. I was like, yo, like all the girls in the crowd are just snapping their fingers like, yes, bitch.
It was kind of
Loving this
fucked
shit.
though. They were like paying to like big girls in the crowd and like
And
like
you just see
Lizzo's
they're
on,
going
so it's
nuts.
like,
You know, they're black.
I'm a big bitch too.
They are blacked out in the music. Like they are literally like they are so
no
into it.
alcohol, just Lizzo.
Like I need to go to like a Lizzo concert and just try to pick up big girls.
You should, dude.
I think that's the way.
That's content, bro. Why don't we do that when she's in New
I
York?
should go to Lizzo and just try to pick up girls.
Units, like what would we call it? Units respecting units. Units courting units.
Honestly, what
like
I
you're
should
courting
do,
them.
I should just go there in the concert and just go shirtless.
The Bachelorette Unit Edition.
I should just go through the concert shirtless and just
yes,
see,
they would
just,
love that,
and
bro.
just see if I could just pick up
Get
and be like, yo, like
rubbed
this
and-
is me, bitch.
Yo, we need to look up when Lizzo comes. I'm gonna look up right now
Yo,
when
it's
Lizzo
soon.
comes to
I
New
think
York.
she's like in town. Like she might be in town like now. Dead serious.
Uh-oh, let's see. Lizzo, she's playing at Radio City? Lizzo's at Radio City Music Hall September 22nd. Lock it the fuck in. We're going.
September 20. What a coincidence! My birthday, September 24th.
No way. You guys are gonna have some
Little
hot
birthday.
some fat hot sex.
Yup, for my 25th. Shout out
Let's
Lizzo.
go. We should honestly try to get find out who her manager is. Maybe slide in there, see if we can do some type of video content with her.
I'm on
Maybe produce a
And
cool
honestly,
MVP
yo,
on
and
it.
she's electric. Her personality is electric. I wonder how old she is. Is she young?
I think she's 24.
I know she's like. Obviously she's young. I didn't know if she was like 21 young or like 25.
I believe she's 24. She's 31?
Damn. I'm with that.
All right. I thought she was 24 for some
I'm
reason. I don't know
with that.
why. I think Megan Thee Stallion's 24. That's why I had that in my head.
Good,
Very different women, but still queens and stars in their
Good
own
for
right.
Lizzo popping up late.
Yeah,
Like
bro.
I think about all these. I always like have respect for people like that who
stuck it out.
like just stuck it out and just stuck with it, and then now she's such a superstar.
It's hard. Like I think about your 20, even if you're like 29 still making music. I think about I make music as like a kind of like a side hustle hobby. I would love for it to be a career, but like if I'm 29 and like shit hasn't popped off ever, like a song hasn't popped off, I'd probably be like, all right, might be time to throw in the towel. She's 31. She didn't get a hit till this year, really.
That's what I was gonna say. Like I feel like I never heard of her until like probably like 12 months
I mean,
ago.
she's probably
or
been in
less.
the industry like signed for a little bit, but
Yeah, I would
still.
think so. Because I could see someone like her having so many people just pass her by.
Yeah, because
even
of
though
her
she
size.
has, even you could hear it so clearly on the VMA. She has an amazing live voice.
Live voice, amazing,
Incredible
so much
voice.
stage presence too.
Incredible stage presence, incredible voice.
Crowd
Literally,
control, yeah.
The whole package, just charisma out the wazoo, just everything.
She's dope as fuck.
And I can just picture there was probably so many dumb like old white music
Label
executives
execs
like,
who
oh,
was
like
fuck this
no
fat
one wants
girl.
this like big like white like this big black girl who can sing and all this shit that's flaunting her like ass or whatever. Like no one's gonna want this. And then all of a sudden there was probably one smart person that was like, yo, this is the most relatable bitch on the planet.
Yeah.
Preaching just love, positivity, and girls are gonna
And
fall in love
fucking
with
dudes
her.
on the Vikings.
And is that a thing?
That's one of her lyrics. No man on the Minnesota Vikings. Who do you think she's fucking? Kyle Rudolph? He's got a wife.
Say the
So one of her lines is in that song in
the 100% that bitch or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's called.
What's it called again?
Love Hurts or some shit.
Love Hurts. I think that's what
Love
it is.
Hurts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
she
Love
goes. No, one of the lines is something, and then the second line to follow the rhyme scheme up is no man on the Minnesota Vikings.
What do you mean no man? So she was
New man.
oh new man. I thought you were saying
I'll
no
read you
man.
the actual fucking lyrics of the thing. Okay, so she goes. She goes, fresh photos with the bomb lighting. New man on the Minnesota Vikings. Truth hurts, needed something more exciting. Bum bum de bum de bum bum be.
Hey.
No auto tune.
Okay,
Let's
Jetski.
get it harmonized and shit.
Vocals, baby. Those vocals hit that high note.
But yeah, so apparently she's fucking a dude on the Vikings.
Shouts to her. Shouts to him.
It's probably Adam Thielen.
That
He's
would
cheating
be,
on his wife with
If
Lizzo.
Adam Thielen was banging Lizzo, that would be the funniest thing on the planet.
Want to start a conspiracy theory and a rumor?
I'm in.
All right.
I'm gonna tweet it.
Holy shit! I just got a DM from somebody that works in the training facilities at athletic training assistant for the Minnesota Vikings, and he said he saw Adam Thielen blowing Lizzo's back out in the whirlpool after practice. In the fucking cold tub.
Damn! In the
You heard it here
cold
first.
tub? Which
Yeah, the DM is real.
Damn,
It's a real thing. I'm not gonna reveal the guy's name, but
damn, his boner strength is crazy in the cold tub.
Yeah.
He's blowing backs out in the cold tub.
Well, you know he's got good footwork. He's a great route
That's
runner.
a real one.
So you know he probably keeps it tight in the hips.
Shout out to Adam Thielen. Shout out to interracial
Adam
love.
Thielen, good for you, bro. I'm about to steal your girl. But.
If Adam Thielen is married and somehow like his wife finds out about this, or like by some way and like they break up, I'm sorry for creating this rumor. But that's
what are you sorry about? I mean, Thielen should have been fucking off on his wife.
Yeah, and he should have been following his true love the whole time. And Lizzo's 31. He probably knew about Lizzo. They actually went to high school together. Adam Thielen and Lizzo.
Who would have thunk it?
They were.
Who would have thunk it?
They were going to be like prom king queen, but Adam Thielen didn't want to date her in high school because he was turned off that and scared that people would say something about him because he was dating a big beautiful woman. And now he's realizing that you can be big and be beautiful, but she's now going to use him. She used him in his song, and now she's saying fuck you, Adam Thielen. He's going to be left homeless on the side. Not homeless.
She's going to come find me a real one.
She's going to come to double
Lizzo, this is for you, baby girl. Come on, ditch a zero, baby.
All
You're the hero.
Aside, shout out Lizzo. That was a fucking fire ass performance.
Amazing performance, incredible.
Another story in the hip hop world, not necessarily a music story, but it's a jewelry story about a jewelry store, Avianne Jewelry Store. A fan favorite of many rappers. Whenever they come to New York, they try to stop at Avianne, get dripped out. Lil Pump, Young Thug has been there. Gunna. I think it's in like the 40s. It's like 42nd and 6th, maybe something like that. I might be lying about that, but I know it's around Midtown area. It was just robbed last week by a group of not masked men. They were men in cowboy hats. They all were dreaded and were wearing cowboy hats, and they broke into the store. Or I guess not really broken. I think they just kind of went in there. They held the cashier and the owners up at gunpoint and stole $5 million worth of jewelry.
Hit a fucking lick.
That's a lick and a fucking...
Hit a lick. A lick.
What does $5 million in jewelry look like? I know always see all these rappers like Lil Pump flexing a $750,000 chain, but do you think they're like, what are you going for first when you're in there? Rollies, I guess? Is that what holds the most value? Like just straight up gold Rolexes?
I mean, $5 million, they probably took, well, obviously they took a lot. But I mean, I would say they probably, my guess would be
watches
like if they have watches for sure, like watches and then like just gold chains.
They probably would want to take
probably just big ass gold
anything
chains,
that's
bracelets, like anything with diamonds in it.
But don't diamonds, their value goes down after you as soon as you buy them. I'm pretty sure. I think diamonds depreciate in value and gold appreciates in value. So I think if we're ever to rob a jewelry store, we got to go straight gold.
Well, no, gold. See, gold keeps its value.
Yeah, and
it's
gold raises
standard,
in value.
Like just what it like comes to.
Mm-hmm.
It's just very like it has like a certain amount per carat.
I hear all these people
and per weight also.
All these jewelers say that like a plain Jane, like Rolly, or like just solid gold is a better investment for someone because it'll appreciate in value, and almost as soon as like a rapper walks out with like a bust down like AP with where they like it's rose gold and they put baguettes or like they put diamonds all in the gold, it looks fire and it's more expensive when you buy it, but as soon as you walk out of the store with it on, it's already lost value.
I didn't fully realize that about diamonds, but I did know about obviously gold because I always I remember I would watch all this shit with like the pre-NFL draft, and they do these kind of like inside scoop documentary type thing of like all these guys are about to get drafted. They're like them getting their suits for the draft day and all this kind of shit. Like obviously like first round pick types, like ones that are about to get like huge bags.
So they use all the booster money.
Yeah, I've probably already gotten like an endorsement money kind of thing. And then you good, bro?
Sorry, my groin was really hurting.
Yikes. But yeah, just all these dudes like buying their suits and like chains or whatever, and all like they're also like iced out like gold or whatever. But then their agents and people around them, like they're like, it's actually like gold is actually like a good investment.
Yeah.
Because if you ever get in a spot, you can literally sell it for what you bought it for.
Mm-hmm. What do you think? What would be your, I guess, method of robbery if you were to go into a jewelry store? Like these guys, I mean, they didn't look professional. They weren't wearing masks in the pictures I saw, but they all had like hats on, and they had but they got away. They got with $5 million. Like they kind of know what they're doing. What would you do first? What would be your go-to? What would you grab first, and how would you subdue the store owners?
Well, I want to say,
are you just gonna shoot him and catch a fucking murder charge?
No. I want to preface this by saying, if there was, I would be the mastermind behind it because I'm too recognizable due to my stature that I would stand out. So I would think it would be the best option for me to not go on the run. I should more plan it.
Okay.
And get people like you who are just like 6 foot white guys, like medium.
You're gonna get less of a cut though.
No, I'm getting the same cut as you guys.
Why? I wouldn't let that happen. You'd have to offer me something in order to get the same cut as me. Like you'd have to supply me with basically bail, a guaranteed bail,
any type of damage control physically if I was to be harmed, and also a getaway car and plane ride to the Dominican Republic or the Cayman Islands in order for me to give you the same cut.
Here's what I could do. I could guarantee bail and then just finesse you and not give you bail. I could.
Then no one's getting money.
I'd probably do this, but I'm saying, but if you got arrested, then I wouldn't get it anyway.
It's bad business, man.
Terrible business, but I'm just finessing you into. It's kind of like, it's kind of like our basketball game. Like it was like well.
I hope you're better at planning bank robberies than you are at basketball.
A little better.
Sucked at that.
Well, a little better, just because you would actually get something if you successfully robbed the place. You got nothing for beating me in basketball.
So you're saying a better deal would be for you to finance a bank robbery than me playing you in basketball? Maybe that'll be the next challenge. I'll have to rob a jewelry store.
Yeah, and then if you steal the gold, you have to give me some of it, and then if you get caught, you're just fucked.
He'll get caught any second because he'll have the jet ski tattoo on the side of his cheek.
On the chin. We said the chin.
Chin.
I mean, if he's really committed, he hasn't shown that commitment yet.
We're waiting. We're working on it. I need a little bit of a bigger bag.
I'm just saying you just haven't
until
you do that. You just have not unlocked your full potential. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Well, hey, I'm gonna put jewelry thief on my list of potential jobs coming up.
How would you go about robbing the bank?
Thank you. I'm glad you asked. I would hire a team of probably Asian robbers, like the cute Yakuza guys. They're small. They can fit into spots.
In like really tight black turtlenecks and shit.
Tight turtlenecks, like kind of like the the bad guys in the original Fast and Furious who rode on all the bikes.
Yeah.
Those type of guys. Like I'd contact whatever. I think it's to the Yakuza. I'd try to get in contact with them. We come pull up on bikes. But it would be everyone's wearing gloves. Everyone's wearing full masks. It'd be just a snatch and grab right away. We would break the window, run in, smack the first. I wouldn't want to hold anybody at gunpoint. I would just except the two people go in with guns and hold the cashier and the owner like hostage in a separate room, and then everyone else would go in, just smash everything with sledgehammers, then pull everything you can get. It would be a timed operation, 2 minutes, or try maybe minute 30. Grab as much as you can, minute 30, put it in bags and get off and get out. And we would do it at like 3:30 in the morning, and then get on bikes and fucking head off onto the Cross Bronx and escape into New Jersey.
I love everything about the concept of it, except I don't think you can trust those people. Because think about it from their perspective.
Yeah, but I'm going to do like 2 years in Japan before that to establish trust.
Work, but I'm saying they did all the work.
No, I'm going to be with them.
But then I feel like you're just going to get kind of... I mean, all right.
I'm George Clooney. I guess 11 this. I'm like commanding this team of robbers.
I have a flaw, though. I think you need to be more casual about it. I think the second you guys come busting in, there's someone right at the desk. Boom, she already hits that thing.
No, he's saying it's 3:30. He said 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
they're breaking into like a closed place.
Oh.
Yeah, snatch and grab.
If there's no, you said there was people there, so.
Well, there's people.
He's saying
at 3:30 in the morning there wouldn't be people there. Okay, yeah, so you're right. So then it would be a snatch and grab. 3:30, there'd be no one there. Get in, get out.
The alarm would just go off.
That's why we got to be under a minute and a half.
I agree. You said that timer. You got to go.
You gotta have fucking bread to start a jewelry store, right? You gotta have oil money or some shit.
Well, yeah,
it's always rich Jews or rich Persians.
I wonder, like, how much money they make off these chains. Like, I wonder, like a huge gold ass chain.
The resale value is
that, like, I'm saying, whatever. Like, it's like, say, it's like $30,000. Like, I wonder that chain how much the jewelry store bought it for.
I would say maybe like off that, maybe they're making like
you think they're doubling
10 grand?
up? You think they're tripling up?
Nah, it's a lot.
That's what I was gonna say. Maybe doubling up.
I could see like 10 grand off.
I would say not even. Yeah, I was gonna say. I think even doubling up would be a lot.
I don't know. Maybe that'd be a good interview to have a jeweler come on.
I think it'd be.
That'd
be
a cool idea.
I think it'd be more probably. Say you sell the chain for 30. I would say you probably bought it for more like 20, 25.
Yo, that dude, fucking Mike, Stupid Young's manager, was with Avianne last week. He told me he was like, I'm with Lil Pump's jeweler. It was probably this guy. We should try to link him in and see if we can get an interview with him.
I don't know if you want. You think you'd want to do it?
This would be a great time too.
Talk about getting robbed.
Yeah, why not?
I mean,
it happened.
I'd love to have him on. Fuck, I'd love to talk to him about making chains.
We're not gonna make promises for that because we promised Lil Nas X's manager. I don't know if that's happening. We promised other artists. We just kind of maybe fell through.
I don't think we promised other artists
besides Lil Nas X manager.
Well, yeah, he was the only one that.
That wasn't our fault. He blew up through the stratosphere as we were in contact with him.
Yeah, and then I mean the other ones we never said names.
Yeah,
that we did have one pretty big, like decent one that fell through. But I think we'll get another opportunity to interview.
Yeah, the Lil Nas X one was annoying because I was in constant communication with him, and I'd be like, yo, like, we record this Wednesday, you want to do it this Wednesday? And he'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't this Wednesday, but, like, next week. And I'd be like, all right, fine. And then that next week would come. And I'd even say to him, too,
Be,
where
be
it's
straight
like,
up if you don't want to do it.
not even that at first, but I'd be like, yo, we record on Wednesday, but we can record any day of the week, and we'll just put it in because our episode comes out on Friday. And he'd be like, oh, no, I'll do it for next week. And then, like, wouldn't do it, so...
Because that's the music
Is
industry
it
for you.
officially a no now, or are you just?
I mean, it's not, but I was just
It
like,
just like you just asked so many times.
It was like 4
you're
weeks,
over
and I
it.
was like, I was just. I'm
No, I
done with
feel
it.
that. No, I mean, you did like you went like hard with it. Like you asked him 4 fucking times.
Avianne could be the jeweler guy could be a good interview, but
I'd definitely be down to interview him. That'd be sick. I would love to just ask him about just working with all these rappers and shit, like who he likes the most, and just all like
who spends the most money?
Yeah, who spends the most money? That'd be interesting too. I would definitely.
I'll
I have a
slide
lot of
his
shit to
DMs.
ask this guy.
Maybe he'll give us a free chain.
Doubt it.
Yeah, definitely no.
Maybe he could give you a little upgrade on the jet ski chain. Though. Maybe a little thicker.
Maybe a little thicker.
Necklace.
Grandma's chain I'm rocking, so maybe.
Yeah.
So we kind of went through a lot of different topics. How long are we at, Colin?
Hour and 3.
Hour 3. We should wrap this up. All right. So in closing, a couple people tweeted at us, me and Ev, in the podcast account itself, asking kind of just not even necessarily in-depth looks at new music that's dropped, maybe just like talking about new music that's dropped or listing some songs that you guys should go out and listen to that we've listened the past week that have recently released. And then I decided I'm kind of keyed in, not saying more so than Ev, but I came up at that whole SoundCloud wave. I'm always having my ear to the streets, trying to find like little diamonds in the rough for like underground music. So the 4 songs we came up with that are new music that came out this week that we're urging you guys to listen to. And I don't know if Colin wants to maybe throw in a fucking clip of each one where I say it, whatever. We'll decide that later. But 4 tracks, like new music that released within the last 7 days. 1, ASAP Rocky, Babushka Boy, new video and single. First single since being released from Sweden. Super trippy video. Haven't really been able to digest the song as much because the video is kind of distracting. It's almost like Tim Burton. It's like super weird.
Insane.
Everyone's wearing crazy makeup. It's like a bank robbery.
Yeah,
but
all the cops are like legit wearing like pig masks.
yeah, and he's like wearing a babushka, like a Eastern European grandma scarf on his head. It's like super cartoony, but it's live action. It almost reminds me of like a Tim Burton movie. So that shit was interesting just off the visual alone. Go check that out. Big Sean and ASAP Ferg released a song, Berserk. Big Sean's kind of been out of the spotlight for a little bit. He went through some mental health shit apparently when him and Ariana Grande were together and broke up, as she's a fucking...
She be fucking everyone up, yo. She's becoming like a poor man's Kardashian.
Yeah, she just gets in their heads and fucks with them.
she's not sending people full on to like do crack and like overdose and like in brothels and shit.
Get him in depressed holes,
or
though.
yeah, or like Kanye them and just
Mac Miller.
R.I.P. the GOAT.
Oh, all right, you got me there.
Well,
sorry.
no,
I almost apologized.
Well, no, I don't think
for, like,
I don't think you can
forgetting
equate what
that,
happened to Mac
forgetting
Miller.
that.
You can't equate Mac Miller to what happened with Lamar Odom because Mac Miller just did cocaine laced with fentanyl. That's or pills, whatever he did. Something was laced with fentanyl, and that wasn't like he wasn't on the same destructive path that Lamar Odom.
Not
was.
the same, but he was depressed, and definitely a lot of it came from that relationship. I mean, they were like,
no one can really know because I mean he's passed, but it's a fair assessment, I'd say.
Yeah, damn. Honestly, I almost got blindsided by that. Obviously, I knew that. I just was like, kind of blanked on that one for a second.
Yeah.
I literally just thought, well, because the reason what popped in my mind was it popped in that and then Pete Davidson.
Yeah,
because he was a loft rocker. So I was like, he was talking about like killing himself and shit. So I was like just with the mental health, I was like, damn, like literally like the last like 3 dudes she's dated have been like suicidal.
Yeah, Big Sean was fucked up for a while, but then this is his first, I think, comeback. This is a first release in a while, but first song that I think was it's like has banger potential. I love ASAP Ferg on pretty much anything. I fuck with him heavy. Met him outside a courthouse in NYC.
Saw him perform at Ohio State in a JT Barrett jersey.
Was he lit?
Very fire.
So check out that song.
Fire.
Big Sean featured ASAP Ferg, Berserk. Future and Young Thug dropped what I think is a throwaway off of Thug's album. It's called 600 Days No Sleep. It has been removed off of YouTube. I found it on SoundCloud again, but I have a feeling it probably might not be up for that long. If you can find it, go listen to it. It's old school Future, like super raspy, kind of 56 Nights era. But I feel like it sounds like a song that maybe Thug didn't want on the album. Or I could be wrong though. And then
It could even be a throwaway from the Super Slimy 2 that's coming out.
it could. It didn't sound too like it was recorded too recently. So
okay.
I think it might have been essentially a leak. But then the last song, number 4, Young Gravy. Who, if you don't know who Young Gravy is, he's super kind of quirky. I guess you call him a meme rapper almost, but I fuck with his shit. He's a white dude from Minnesota. He's like 6'6", has long hair, wears all like 80s vibrant colors. All his songs are about fucking your grandma and your mom. But he's got a really cool raspy voice. He samples a lot of cool like 70s beats. He has a song with Chief Keef called Tampa Bay Bust Down.
What a combo. What a name to a song, too.
Fire song.
Tampa Bay Bust Down is a great
And it's like
name.
a country beat. It's like a country sample beat, like a banjo sample in the beginning. Super fire. I think it's a super fun song. Be a good day drink song for everybody in college. Like maybe if you have someone playing fucking Old Town Road 3 times, if you're a little sick of it and they're like, oh, let's throw this song on. And you're like, no, I got the next trap country one.
Tampa Bay
Bust Down. Fire song. I say play that. And then, so those are like the kind of more the mainstream tracks that came out. Then I have 2 slaps. I'm going to call them underground slaps of the week that I would like to detail for you guys. These are underground artists, not necessarily from the New York, New Jersey, Long Island, whatever area. One of them is not. But these are people kind of up and coming, not huge follower bases, not huge fan bases yet, but I think they have potential. One kid, his name's Babyface. He's from New Jersey. He's linked up with this, I guess, a collective, Fashionably Early, I believe, which is like a blog. They're related to previous guest It's Wonderful as well. So he released a song and video called All That Matters. He's very lyrical, kind of bringing back, I would say, like, I don't want to say backpack rap, but he's not doing the whole auto-tuned swag rap. He has some good solid bars in what he's saying, and the visuals cool as shit. It's the guys hanging out in the corner outside the corner store, smoking, having a good time. Whoever shot the video, the editing was done really well. Babyface, someone who's making like actual legitimate music in a time where a lot of it's just like superficial shit. So shout out him, Jersey guy. And then the other song is Maggie Andrew Forever. So this song only has like 800 plays on SoundCloud at the moment right now, but I found it from in a complex article about like top artists to watch, like underground artists to watch. It almost sounds like some Billie Eilish shit. I urge you, Ev, you guys come to listen to it afterwards. I think it's has potential to be like a legitimate like talent in the whole like pop not synth pop, like poppy but like melancholy era. Super kind of I don't want to say sunken vocals, but there's a lot of effects on it, a lot of layering, but she has a great voice, and it's kind of like vibing in the car. Maybe after you smoked a blunt at sunset, kind of just don't want to get too hype, but you're chilling with a girl. Maybe you just broke up with a girl and you're finally getting over it. Play that shit. So that's Maggie Andrew Forever and Babyface All That Matters, 2 underground slaps of the week that I think you guys should check out.
I like it. I'll listen to it. I'll give it a
I gave him the Wayne Jetski Wave Runner endorsement.
Wow, the Wayne Jetski Wave Runner.
Yeah.
Big fan of that. Big fan of that whole sequence.
Also, this Friday, when you're listening to this, I have a new song out. It's called Spicy, featuring 2 previous 808s and Smoke Break guests. It's Wonderful and K-Hus. Shit's a fucking banger. A little Latina trap wave. You know, we're on that Ricky Martin sample. I'm talking my shit about needing Spanish bitches. Mommies. No bitches, just mommies. So go stream that. It's on Apple Music, Spotify. Listen to it on Apple Music or Spotify. Follow my Spotify so I can get paid. That's really all I got coming out the next couple days.
Jetski gave me a preview of this song on our way to Long Beach the other weekend. Very fire.
It's a slap.
Jetski bodied it.
Thank you.
Jetski bodied. I would
Appreciate
say
that.
I thought he had the best verse on it as well.
No shade to K-Hus.
No, none at all. No, I just no shit to either of them. They're 2 friends of the program.
Friends of the program.
It's Wonderful, Chaos, and I did want to say just this. K-Hus dropped a song that I'm a big fan of.
What song?
The Craig and Day Day.
Oh, it's fire. Cover It's fire too. That's him and Billy Gordon.
I really fuck with that dude's what's his name? Billy Gordon?
Bills Gordon, yeah.
Yo, I really fuck with that guy.
Yeah, Bills is cool. We gotta have K-Hus come back with Bills.
His voice is dope.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. He dropped the shit on his Instagram like the Triller,
Mm-hmm.
like the Triller video, and I just love like he's like. What he say? He's like I act out. I bring them Wild Boys and I'll bring them Max out. Like my favorite shooter shoot like Jerry Stackhouse. He black out like that whole like just the way he's. Even though there was such like a simple like the Stackhouse, just his flow was crazy. Like I just like K-Hus's was dope too. Bill's Gordon was going crazy.
Shout out K-Hus. He was just in Vegas. I think he was at I don't know if he was with Thug or I saw him like posting. He looked like he was in VIP next to the stage that Thug was on. So if he's with the YSL guys, shout out that. I don't know what's going on there, but I hope get a deal, get signed, and sign me. But yeah, shout out him. That song's
so
out
peep
now
that song Craig and Day Day by K-Hus and Bills Gordon
as well.
Peep it, very fire.
And we gotta have him subscribe, right?
Subscribe, listen, download, rate 5 stars, leave a review, tell us, slide in our DMs.
Put a screenshot if you're listening. Also, screenshot the fucking thing. Put it on your Instagram story. Tag us. We're trying to get our numbers up. This is a big month for us. Not necessarily going to detail exactly why, but this is a big month for us. We need high numbers this month. Big week for us. Big last week. So we need to push right now. Make sure you guys subscribe, download. Don't just listen to the podcast. Download the podcast. Download it to your device. Thank you, as always. Thank you for supporting. Follow us at 808 Smoke Breaks on Twitter and IG, all that good shit. I think we're good, right?
We fucking love you guys.
I
love you. I love you.
And Lizzo, we love you.
If you're listening to this right now, I love you.
Lizzo, let's make it happen. You and Ev need to kiss. Need to kiss where you pee.
Get this work, girl. Come fuck with a real one. Peace.